Well, in fact, a lot. The relations are adversarial, to say the least. Also, they have become unpredictable lately in recent years. So I think what we can hope for is that the two presidents agree somehow, while remaining in this state of confrontation, still establish some sort of predictability. Actually, President Biden used this particular word, predictability, as the goal. And President Putin also talked about President Biden as professional and said that he expects him not to be impulsive in contrast to his predecessor.
Yes, but by the same token, Joe Biden has kind of reset relations between these two superpowers, really, in a way that puts it back to the Cold War era. Is that helpful? Is that going to benefit the relationship?
Well, I don't think we should expect actually anything to benefit the relationship. I think this is too grand a word at this point. The relations have not only deteriorated quite significantly lately. The degree of the relations, of course, are the degree of animosity has reached the degree of the Cold War. In substance, of course, it's different. And it's become dangerous. It's become dangerous for the international security. And this is what is at stake right now. So if indeed the two presidents agree on some sort of predictability, on some sort of agreement to talk, to discuss strategic stability. And maybe we can hope to entrust teams on both sides, to continue discussing issues of arms control and maybe cybersecurity. We cannot expect actually the relations to get better.
Yeah. So the biggest issues on the table are going to be cybersecurity, election interference, tensions around Ukraine. What's in it for Putin to make any concessions on these fronts?
No concessions will be made, that's for sure. Putin has demonstrated over the years, at the time when the relations were not as bad as they are today, that he is not conceding under pressure. And if he agrees to discuss cybersecurity, this will mean that he will not admit Russia's interference in the American elections or any place else in the world. He's been adamant on that, never accepting that Russia interfered. So cybersecurity, totally separate from the issue of interference in elections. And of course, another red line for Putin is he's not discussing Russian domestic policy. That's for sure. President Biden, I think, will raise these issues unless he wants to be torn apart back home when the summit is over. But at best, Putin will not respond to that. There are other red lines as well, such as NATO membership for Ukraine, for instance. Yep. So I'm sure issues will be raised, but whether there will be any agreement reached is an open question. And certainly there will be issues where the two presidents will talk past each other.
Do you think on issues like even consular representation, which neither country has at the moment, might be on the agenda and that might start slowly thawing relations?
Actually, this may be the case. There are certain issues that are not policy issues, such as prisoners held in the respective countries, American prisoners in Russia and Russian prisoners in the U.S. And Putin spoke kind of benevolently about this issue and the probability of it being raised in his interview with the NBC correspondent. Also, there's consular representation that you mentioned. And by the way, both ambassadors are currently not in their country of employment. The American ambassador is back in the U.S., Russian ambassador is back to Russia, and this is an indication, if we need more indications, of how unfriendly the relations have become.
Indeed. Joe Biden also wants to talk China with Vladimir Putin. Is there likely to be any shift in the way Russia most normally sides with China on any global issue?
No, I don't think so. I think at this point in time, Russian-Chinese relations are much closer than Russian-American relations. There is more trust involved. There's no full trust between Russia and China, but there's a great deal more trust between President Putin and the Chinese leader than there is between President Biden and President Putin. So I don't think a conversation, even a long conversation, I think we're expecting the conversation to last at least for hours, that this can change that.
Maria, we always appreciate your analysis. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.